bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. Hey guys, I'm a little under the weather, so may talk a little less. Hey guys, okay.
Test.
Alright, so I will be, if you guys have any questions about the rosters and stuff, I will probably be responding via the chat, as you can tell from the sound of my voice, that my throat has seen better days. So let's get this started. I'm going to go through and check out all the rating changes for each team. Suppose I'll post my feedback in the in chat as well, as I can't imagine my throat lasting for 30 teams. So let's get started. And then this is the December 2nd update.
Why did 2K make Jimmy Bolter a 9-4, and do you think that is the correct rating for him?
Holy F. What's up, Rocket? I literally have not looked at the update yet, so that's news to me. I don't know. Jimmy Butler, 94, makes sense. He's playing at an MVP level this year. Let me go to him, I suppose. He was in 94 in the last update. Yeah, so still in 94. Butler is having a career season, so I mean, he's averaging a career high 24 points, 24, 6 and 5, 2 steals per game, 52% from the field, 85 from the free throw line, 27.9 PER, that's his career high, 62 true shooting, his career high. He's getting to the line still despite the rule changes, and the Heat are winning basketball games. They are 13-9. Looks like they slipped a little bit. Yeah, they are 1-3 in the last 4 games. But overall,
hey John. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling better.
Hey, what's up, Pete? My throat's feeling a little better.
I'm just saying, Paul George should atheist be a 9-3 then.
Well, Paul George, he fell off a little bit. I'll head over to Paul George as well. Yeah, Paul George down to an 89. What was the last update? Yeah, so still an 89, no change there. Paul George fell off with his shooting percentage over the last month or so. He started off really well, but right now he's down to 43% from the field, 33% from three, and the third, that's a big part of his game. 40% of his shots are from three, I would say. He is averaging 26 points, but his shooting efficiency is way down. 54 true shooting. Last year, he was
disappointed in Clippers and Lakers yet again. Gary Payton too not updated either.
Yeah, I think I saw the Gary Payton thing. That's really all I know about the update is that Gary Payton didn't get updated. So I'm sure I'll torch 2K for that. But yeah, there's nothing that Paul George is doing that's better than last season. His usage rate is up because Kawhi's been out of the lineup, but his field goal percentage and stuff is way down. Comparatively. So, and his steal rate, he started off getting a lot of steals, and that seems to have tapered off a little bit. Kind of back down to his career rate at the moment. Still the best assist rate of his career. I don't think I would be okay with him being a 90 or something like that, but him and Butler are, but Butler's definitely having the better season. And worth noting, the Heat are a better team than the Clippers. The Clippers are 11-11. They had a good stretch early, but it looks like over the last 10 games, Three, four, five. They are 2-6 over the last 8 games. So they. It looks like he looked rested the last game. Also, yeah, he was a DNP in the last game. It's for rest purposes, which kind of indicates, that certainly the struggles may have been a little attrition based. He did have a 7 of 23 game against Dallas, a 5 of 19 game against Detroit, 8 of 26 versus the Pelicans. Yeah, so those are some of his lowlights of this update cycle. Only hit 30 points against the Warriors. As his last 2 games played were pretty good. 30 points, though he did have 8 turnovers against the Warriors, and then 27 points. But he did also have 7 turnovers against the Pelicans. Turnovers are kind of like a stat that isn't talked about a lot in like 2K circles, because it's not like you can't tie it to like an attribute like 3-point. How good you are at threes, how good your 3-point rating's gonna be, etc. Whereas like turnovers are kind of like a general thing, and like there's not really a great attribute to measure it by. They used to have stuff like ball security and stuff. I guess like hands would be like the closest thing to that. But I look at like ball control or ball handle, whatever it's called now, as like more of a like your shot creation ability, and I think a lot of the turnover stuff is kind of relegated to like badge stuff, like unpluckable and things like that. Worth noting, like the badges are much more important to ratings. I mean, to the overall rating than the actual attributes nowadays. So, if you're not seeing a ton of change for like a particular player, it's probably because they need their badges adjusted. Like, there's only so much change players can have now just updating their ratings. So if we don't see a ton of change here with like the overall ratings, I'm gonna say that like they need to get it together and update some badges. All right, let's start with Philly. Hold on. I'm just figuring out how I want to do this in my doc. Okay. Alright, here we are. Alright, Tobias Harris down a point. Harris Maxey up a point. Thibault's up 2. Green up 1. Cork down 2. His shooting kind of fell off. And it looks like that's it. Kind of a minor update. I'm expecting the updates to be kind of minor moving forward, as the deeper, like the more sample we get, the less extreme the swings are going to be. Okay, so 5-player rating. Oh, wait. Well, it looks like Paul Reed went up a point also. Everything else seems normal. Yeah, alright. I didn't get to watch a ton of basketball over the last 2 weeks, so I gotta kind of see where some of these teams are at. Philly. 1, 2, 3. Philly went 3-4 in this update cycle. They are 11-11. 11th offense, 20th defense. Embiid came back to the lineup during the cycle. He only played 3 games, so not too much to write home about. He had 42 in his first game back against Minnesota. Always gets up for the Karl Anthony Towns games, but then really struggled over the last 2, shooting a combined 7 of 33 from the field. Jeez. So he's probably a little lucky to not get like a rating drop or anything. I think he should have been dropped by now. He's been a 95 since the game came out, and he's not at the same level that he was last season. So I think he's overdue for at least like a point or 2 decrease. Harris only 30% from 3 this year. So there was a lot of that during this update cycle. During this cycle, he shot 21% from 3. So yeah, his rating did drop off here. And yeah, he only topped 20 points once in the 5 games that he played. So his drop makes sense. Maxey, nothing really to talk about here. He's been playing really well. Thibault going up 2 points. He's been starting over Danny Green, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, well, never mind. He did, and now it looks like he's back to coming off the bench. Danny Green back to the lineup. Yep, okay. So both of those guys have been pretty solid this year. I'm okay with both of them being a 78. All right, let's move on to Milwaukee. Middleton down 2 points. Portis up 2 points. I think that's well worth. All right, Connaughton up 2 points. Nice, well deserved. All right, Cousins on the team now. Brook Lopez just had back surgery, so kind of questionable whether we'll see him or not. 73 for George Hill. Nas is up 1. Hood down 1. Oh, they finally added Javonte Smart. Okay. As a point guard. Okay. I would have thought from just his height and weight that he was a shooting guard. Let me check him out. College basketball. Sports Reference. It's kind of a combo guard. What do you do in the G League? I'm not really seeing the point guard thing. I guess he's like, I don't know, like he's as much a point guard as like Marcus Garrett or something, probably. Alright, point guard it is. Playmaker. So I gotta add him to my game a little later. Just focusing on the Bucks. Rating changes. Middleton and Hood down. Portis. Oh, and Hill also down. 3 players up, 3 players down. Nothing crazy. Let's see Middleton real quick. Middleton in this update cycle was 40% from the field. So makes sense for him to drop only 15 points per game, 15, 6, and 5 over his last 7 games. So yeah, not his usual standard. Doesn't seem likely that he would make the All-Star game this year. So yeah, that's fine. Portis, he's been playing really well. He's been starting with Brook Lopez out. And looks like he's actually having a career year, averaging 15 points per game, 48 from the field, 43 from 3, 15 and 8. And he's a much better three-point shooter than Brook Lopez has been over the last couple of years. The one year that Brook Lopez, where his first year with the Bucks, I think, did a lot for his reputation as a shooter, but he hasn't been at that level since he got the Splash Mountain moniker. So I think Bobby Portis is just generally a much better three-point shooter. Obviously, he doesn't bring what Lopez brings on the defensive end, but they're just hopeful they can get him back for the playoffs, probably, for the title run. And Connaughton, I'm a little surprised that they actually bit the bullet and gave him a +2, as I've been talking about that for over a month. But he's averaging 12 points per game, 50% from the field, 42% from 3. The fact that his three-point percentage went up is probably why his rating went up, is that's like the only attribute that 2K cares about. And yeah, he shot 48% from 3 in this update cycle. So that's where that came from. Let's move to the Bulls. DeRozan went down a point. Oh no, never mind. Hold on. Yeah, he went down a point. Yeah. Wild. Ball went up a point. Okay, I'm expecting that. Boji down. Caruso up. Kobe White down 2 points. That is well deserved. Javonte Green down a point. No update for Derek Jones Jr. Okay. All right. Most of the players on the Bulls got some rating adjustments. At least their core players. Four players went down, 2 went up. The Bulls are 14 and 8. They went 4 and 3 over this cycle. Let me see DeRozan. DeRozan averaged 24, 5 and 4 in this cycle, 47 from the field, only 28 from 3. But obviously not a volume three-point shooter. 96% from the free throw line. Yeah, I'm not really seeing why he needed to go down. Let me see Lonzo. Lonzo averaged 11, 5 and 5, 43 from three. That's yeah. Again, like the only attribute that 2K actually cares about, 3-point. So yeah, I think I'm not. I think I'm done looking at any player that went up or down like 1 point. I'm just gonna chalk that up to the 3-point rating and not really break them down.
Hi.
What's up? Alright, Cleveland. Alright, Allen up one, that's fine. Garland up one, sure. Markkanen up two, okay. Love up one.
I have a crush on you.
Thanks, I guess.
Jimmy Butler is overrated severely.
Nah, I disagree. But I would love to hear
Should be a 9-2.
why you think so. Windler is down 3 points. I'm not really seeing why.
Agree.
Okay, Dylan Windler in this update cycle scored 0 points. Was 0 for 3 from the field. He played 4 games. The Cavs only played 6 games in this update cycle. That's another thing. Because of Thanksgiving, I think the teams have just fewer games played for this cycle than like your average update. But yeah, Dylan Windler played four games in 42 minutes, and they dropped his rating 3 points. I don't get it. That's bizarre.
Jimmy Bull handling AVC, athletics slightly above AVC.
Yes, but his defense is well above average.
Still doesn't equal up to a 9-4.
Well, I would love to hear your argument because statistically, it does. If you looked at his what he's doing in various categories. The season he's having right now is basically what Kawhi Leonard has been doing for the last like 5 years. So I'm going to need to hear a compelling argument for why you what makes him overrated. Relative to his peers or whatever. me check out Markkinen. Markkinen is a +2. He came back from injury during the cycle, and he's been a lot better. He had 3 20-point games. Shot 47 from the field, 40 from 3, 17 points per game. That's more or less what the Cavs were expecting from him when they got him. So, yeah, I'm okay with his rating going up by that degree.
What do you think Jordan Poole rating should be?
Let's go to Boston. Jordan Poole, let me see what he's at and see if I can figure out based on his stat profile. He was a 78, if I'm not mistaken, and it looks like his production went up a little bit in this cycle. I would probably have him at like an 80. Averaging 19, 3, and 3. His shooting percentages are, for the most part, average. He is a good free throw shooter. Doesn't get to the line a ton, though. What did he do this cycle? For this cycle, he averaged 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and shot 51 from the field, 46 from 3. So this was definitely his best 2-week stretch of the season. If he were to continue playing at this level, you know, I'd bump him up to probably to like an 82 or something.
$80 is fair.
All right, Boston. Tatum still somehow is an 88. Okay. Jaylen Brown went down. They dropped fucking Jaylen Brown, but not Tatum. Okay. Oh, nice. They changed his name. And they boosted his rating by 2 points. Wow.
That's crazy.
Smart's up 1. Gray Williams up 1. Richardson up 2. Okay, that makes sense. Pritchard down 1. Vernon Gomez down 2. Romeo Langford still can't get touched.
Ennis is a baller low-key.
Because again, all they look at is the 3-point rating. They won't look at, you know, his defense ratings are way too low.
Doesn't he get the touches though?
76 quickness, 35 defensive consistency.
Where is John Connor?
Jeez, they can't even boost his intangibles. Yo, they're fucking trash over there at 2K. Like, I don't know what the fuck Mike gets paid for. What was that comment? Inez is a baller low-key, doesn't get the touches, though. Yeah, I thought the Boston fit was kind of weird. I didn't expect him to sign there, because he barely played there his first run with the team. I mean, he ain't even playing well. Like, last year he shot 60% from the field. This year he's shooting 42% from the field. Obviously only limited minutes, but like it's the worst shooting percentage of his career. Still a great rebounder. Jeez. And then for him to be like the second highest rated bench player on the team, that's a little weird. He was fine at like a 76.
What is your name?
Ugh. All right, let me So 4 players up for the Celtics.
Classified. Ditto.
Let's check out Tatum real quick. Tatum in this cycle averaged 25 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, but still only 40 from the field, 31 from 3. 2K's just going to ignore his shooting percentages for the duration of the year, it feels like. Let me see Jaylen Brown, because they dropped him.
Hell give it to you if you're a chick.
Jaylen Brown, 15 points per game, 39 and 30 shooting.
I bet.
Yeah, I guess it's okay for his shots to go down. Okay. Clippers. Well, no changes so far. Oh, Marcus Morris.
Did they update Cantor to freedom?
Yeah. Hartenstein up 1. That makes sense. Bledsoe down 1. Man. -1. Ibaka down 1. Kennard down 1. Okay, whatever. Alright, pretty uneventful update for the Clippers.
Yeah, he just show out it. Like 3M ago.
Yeah, actually, let me hold on. Yeah, I want to see if they got his voice. Okay.
Freeland.
Oh, Kevin Harlan doesn't say it. Okay. Only Hartenstein went up on the Clippers, which is kind of weird. How'd they do, team-wise? Oh yeah, I covered that already. They're like
Thanks, Justin.
2 and 6 over their last 8. So I guess it makes sense for some of them to drop. I don't know. I don't like Kennard or man dropping. And for Hartenstein to be the top-rated backup on the team means that he's going to get like 28 minutes a game, which I don't think makes a ton of sense. And Paul George is the only player over an 80 on this team. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, 2K.
No problem.
2K is not doing a great job on the Clippers this year. Let's check out the Grizzlies. No change for Ja. He's been sidelined a little bit. Jaren Jackson Jr. went up 2 points. Bane up 3 points. Okay, looks like they are finally getting some love. Brooks up 2 points. Okay, so substantial update for the Grizzlies in this cycle. Anderson down 1. Jones up 1. Clark up 1. Okay, 5 Grizzlies went up. And only 1 went down. Despite that, they went 4-3 in this cycle. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been playing a lot better of late. Jackson Jr., 18 points per game this cycle, 46 from the field, 35 from 3. Those numbers kind of don't blow me away or anything, but... Oh, also, what did he get shot block-wise? 2.4 blocks per game. Yeah, okay.
Haven't played 2K in like 4Y.
I haven't really played 2K in like the last 5 or 6 years at this point. I think 14 was the last year that I actually played the game.
I remember I liked editing rosters more than playing the game. Why?
Yeah, at this point I'm just here for the rosters. Let me see Desmond Bane. Bane in the cycle hit a bunch of threes. Bane 53% from 3 in this cycle. He averaged 19 points over the last 7 games on 54, 53, 82 shooting. So sure, yeah, bring him up. Let's go to Atlanta. Oh, they finally got Trae Young to a 90. Go fucking figure. I've got Trae at a 93. He's basically the second best point guard in the NBA, I think, this season. Collins is still in.
Lol, I had the same problem. I couldn't play the game unless I felt the rosters were perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's funny is I've never even used my rosters like that. I just do the rosters for fun. I mostly play it online.
MHM.
I hate playing against the computer, so I don't really get to use my own rosters. I would normally play like my team or just anything that's against a human. I don't like the way that the computer plays. It's just boring. I can't play a 48-minute game against the computer. I could do. There are plenty of other games that are like worth my time. And I've never been one for like season modes.
A high-value man.
Yeah, the game I've been playing
LOL.
recently is I downloaded Guardians of the Galaxy. It's been fine.
He is go emoji red hard.
Okay, not a ton of changes for the Hawks.
Sounds like a cute game.
Yes, it is, based on the Marvel
Yeah,
comic.
I heard Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Way better than Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers was bad. Um, for a variety, like, Avengers was, like, trying to make itself, like, one of those games where you log in, like I don't know, one of those mobile games where you do like your daily chores, you get achievements and like like these gear pieces and stuff like that. Like it was like trying to be Raid Shadow Legends or something like that, but didn't have like interesting enough gameplay to make that worthwhile. And I think they were also a little too ambitious. They had like,
Oh
you know,
wow, you're a
added,
gamer for real.
they were going to add Black Panther to the game and Spider-Man, and I guess they were going to continue updating the game, but like by the time they got around to all that, most people
Hespect.
just stopped playing the game because it was just like boring. Guardians doesn't have any of that those kind of elements. I'm probably going to beat it and then like never play it again. So it doesn't have like a ton of replay value, but I'd rather just have like, I don't mind paying. I got it on sale for like $40 instead of the 60 or whatever. Maybe my opinion on it would be a little different if I paid the $60 for it, but like for $40, it's a solid. You know, it's like going to the movies twice. You know, I'll get my single player experience, enjoy the story, and then be done with it and move on to the next thing. I don't need to keep going back to it. All right. Not a ton of action for the Hawks. Trae Young went up, which was super overdue, dating back to last year. Trae in this update cycle was 30 points per game, 9 assists per game, 52 from the field, 44 from 3, 89 from the line. So super well deserved. And again, I have him at a 93. Kevin Huerter goes up. I don't understand why they
2K
dropped.
roster guy, who is your team?
I don't understand why they dropped Kevin Huerter in the first place. Right now, he's shooting a career high 48% from the field. Uh, 52 from the field in this update cycle, 39 from 3, 12 points per game. I've been playing for DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovich are also out for the Hawks right now, so Porter back in the starting lineup. Who is my team? I follow all 30 teams. My local teams are the Knicks and Nets. I'm from New York, but I don't like. I don't really like stan for any team. I'm not. You're never going to confuse me with like a fanboy or anything. For anybody, if anything, being like a Knicks fan has made me very skeptical of like every move that like my home team makes, because they have a 15-year stretch where they were just like completely incompetent and like it didn't deserve any support or whatever. I haven't been to a Knicks game in like 2008, I think is the last time.
I agree.
And yeah, just the basis of like my roster work. You know, I have to keep it. I have to be impartial and keep an open mind. So like, I'm just a fan of the league as a whole. And when when teams are doing well, I'm a fan of what they're doing. And when teams are not doing well, I'm not going to be a fan of what they're doing. Which maybe makes me sound like a front runner or whatever, but I like don't like. I don't go nuts when teams win a title.
Same.
Like I was happy that the Bucks won the title last year. Like that was a big thing for, you know, I'm a fan of Giannis, etc. But I wasn't like running down the streets like, yo, the Bucks are better than like other, you know, that's just not how I view sports anymore. It's kind of an very emotionally detached. But the whole point of sports is like, you know, it's like something for you to get invested in and like distract you from like the everyday perils of the world or whatever. But yeah, let's do Miami. Bam down 1. He's gonna be hurt for a little while.
I was a fan Phoenix with Dragic Bledsoe. Before they BLW up. Janice deserved it.
Pardon me. If you guys can't tell, I am under the weather today.
So was I. I was fan since Barkley. Yo, can you raps?
Got a little tickle in my throat at the moment. We're popping a Halls. I started watching the NBA in 1994. So, yeah, I remember the Barkley Suns.
COVID.
No. Just,
Yo, do the Raptors.
Just a regular fever and sore throat. Yeah, sure, I'll check out the Raptors in a second. Let me just finish the Heat. Yeah, Butler the same. Blam down. Deadman up 1. He's in line for an opportunity with Bam out for like 4 months probably. Whoa, Gabe Vincent's up 5 points. That's out of nowhere. Martin's up 2 points. Okay, the fact that both of these guys are higher than PJ Tucker, like, makes me want to choke somebody. All right, let me see Gabe Vincent. Why is he up 5? Okay. During this rating cycle, Gabe Vincent averaged 13 points per game.
Butler a 9-4 SMH.
13 points in 25 minutes. 46 from the field, 46 from 3. So he's been part of the rotation. And yeah, so like that's fine. You can. I have no problem with them bringing him up to like a 75, but you can't leave PJ Tucker at a 74 if you're going to do that. And it's just asinine. The fact that you got like Vincent and Caleb Martin rated the same as like Duncan Robinson now, that's also a little suspect, even with Robinson struggling this year from the field. Yeah, Butler deserves 7 out of 94. Like,
Butler being rated that high makes me want to bust a cap.
why though? And if you're wondering why, this is why he's a 94. Because he has a bunch of gold defensive badges that most other players don't. I don't think any of these changed. Yeah, he's still the same badge-wise.
Yeah, he deserves that.
Like, for what it's worth, I am at a 93 in my roster, rather than a 94. I'm sure there's something that 2K's got overrated on him. I did his stuff recently, but let me see. Yeah, let's just pop off into him real quick, and I'll go through what I've got on him. All right, boom, boom. All right. Post game slightly overrated, but this should be maxed out. His draw foul. Yeah, it decreases mid-range shot a little bit. This right there, the mid and the 3, that probably drops his rating 1 point.
Has got a post fade, that's about it.
His offensive rebound might be overrated. I gotta check. Is that something that went up? Oh yeah, they have this overrated for some reason.
He's a great defensive player but barely average offensive player.
He is not barely average offensively. Again, he's averaging 24 points per game on 62 true shooting.
Disagree.
62 true shooting on 27 usage. That's Kawhi Leonard-esque, basically. Like, you can say that, yes, he's not a good three-point shooter, but he's a very good finisher. Gets to the free throw line a lot. great, great playmaker as well.
Has got a mid-range game and has great shot selection. He's gonna get buckets one way or another. Kinda like Leonard, yes.
Alright, so we're just doing my changes. 93. So yeah, he lost a point for his mid-range and 3-ball.
Leonard is better when healthy, this Jimmy. Leonard is better than Jimmy.
The only thing that Leonard is better than Jimmy at is shooting, really.
About same for. Leonard's lower.
Anyway, let's skip ahead to Toronto by request. Siakam up 1. Trent up 1. Birch up 1. That's it. So, yeah, like I said, smaller update. Only 3 rating changes for the Raptors. Siakam, Trent, and Birch all up 1.
Did you go over Golden State yet?
No. Siakam, I guess, deserves a boost, probably. It looks like he's back to his usual self, coming off the injury. In this rating cycle, he shot 45 from the field, 30 from 3, 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
I can't sleep.
Bringing his numbers down a little bit is the first game of the cycle. He was 2 for 14 against the Jazz for 4 points. But then he followed that up with 32 points on 10 of 12 shooting against the Kings. Had 21 versus the Dubs. The Raptors were only 2 and 5 in this update cycle. So for all their guys to go up, it's kind of a little sus. They fall to 9 and 13 on the season. But all 5 of their starters are in the 80s. Obviously, they don't have like a ton of great options off the bench or anything. Not a ton of depth, but all right. Let's sure. I'll skip ahead and do the Warriors. After last time, you guys remember my internet cracked out. Like I saved the Warriors for last, and then like my internet ironically crapped out right as I was about to do the Warriors, and I had to like make a separate video. So sure, let's go to Golden State.
That guy last name is Champagne.
Draymond Green.
What a world.
Alright, Wiggins +1. Poole +1. Porter, no change. Looney +1. The Draymond Green thing is a good thing. Looks like I won't be giving an F to the 2K for the Warriors this cycle. But yeah, Gary Payne II at 72. This is just a joke at this point. Basically the same shit as like the Romeo Langford rating. Where like
Porter has been 7-8 since draft LOL.
You know, all they care about is the three-point rating. So if you're not a three-point volume shooter, your rating's not going to change a ton from week to week for them. It's ludicrous. This is ludicrous. Like, they had Gabe Vincent go up 5 points in this update. We've already seen. Payton for this cycle shot 65% from the field.
Jordan Poole is not fairly rated, that's clear.
Excuse me.
Get well soon, emoji red heart. For a team with that record and to have ratings like this is not accurate.
All right, have to get more water. Oh, what happened? Yeah, these 2K ratings are so bad, like they're killing me. Oh, all right. Yeah, thanks, Justin. Let me pop another Halls. Where was I?
Warriors need ratings to be retooled.
The Warriors, for the most part, are fine, aside from like Gary Payton. Now that they got Draymond Green up, they look a lot better. But yeah, the Gary Payton thing is ridiculous. He's shooting 67% from the field on the season. 6 points per game in 14 minutes. A steal and a half in only 14 minutes per game. That's nuts.
Wiggins has been an 8-2 since draft LOL.
Wiggins actually went up. Wiggins was an 80 out of the box.
Is there a team that's ratings are more atrocious than Golden State?
Yeah. I don't think the Warriors' ratings are like that bad. They were really bad at the start of the year. Um, Again, really the only issue I have is the Gary Payton thing. There's just no reason for him to be with Moody, like in the same class as Moody and fucking Chris Chioza. Four players went up on the Warriors. Nobody went down. Only one player has gone down for the Warriors this year, and that's Moses Moody. He went down 1 point in the last update. So there have been 16 rating updates for the Warriors thus far. 15 have been positive, 1 negative.
Jordan Poole's ball handling is too low still.
Probably.
What's fair for GP2?
Oh yeah, for sure. 78, way too low. That's a little wild. Yeah, I mean, like, so again, I'm only looking at the overall ratings when I break this down, not the attributes. I have no doubt that half the time the attributes are completely fucking out of whack, and that all they do is use, like, intangibles as, like, a Band-Aid for a lot of players. Because, again, like, most of the... Really all they change... they only focus on a couple of attributes on a week-to-week basis. Most of overall rating changes now come from the badges. Like, if you increase a player from, like, a silver badge to a gold badge, that has a substantial impact on their rating. That's, like... It's worth a lot more than if you increased a player's, like, 3-point rating by 5 points, for example. If you just brought their catch-and-shoot badge from silver to gold, that would be more impactful to the player's overall rating. So, like... They probably do a lot of, like, overall manipulation because, like, changing these numbers doesn't actually have that much of an impact now. It's all these badges that they're only updating, like, once a year. So let me head back to, actually, give me 1 second. Checking out each team's update, or like how I just broke down that in the 3 updates, the Warriors had 16 updates, 15 of them good, 1 bad. I want to just crunch each team real quick. Sixers have had 20 updates, 16 good, 4 bad. Bucks, 17 updates, 12 up, 5 down. Bulls, 15 updates, 11 good, 4 bad. Cavs, 19 updates, 17 good, 2 down. So, oh no, sorry, 4 down. $15 up, 4 down for the Cavs. 5, 6, 7 updates for the Celtics in this one. 10, 11. The Celtics have had 24 rating updates in the across the 3 roster updates, and they are a mixed bag. They are 11 players up, 13 down. So all the other teams so far have been like overwhelmingly positive in terms of their rating changes. The Celtics have been one of the teams that has been more fairly rated, I would say. Ditto with the Clippers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah, the Clippers have had 20 rating updates so far, and 10 of them have been negative. Grizzlies, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 19 rating changes for the Grizzlies. 11 good, 8 bad. Only 16 changes for the Hawks. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 16 rating changes for the Hawks. 5 positive, 11 negative. And it's worth noting that 4 players were positive this update. So in the past month, they had only raised 1 player's rating, Cam Reddish, in like the first update. And then they decreased him in the update after that. And then, yeah, they decreased a whole bunch of guys over the last like month. But then brought a couple of guys up this month. The Heat, let's see. I didn't actually finish them off. The Heat, only 16 rating edits for them in the last 6 weeks. 3 positive, 1 negative in this cycle. Overall, it's been 11 up, 5 down. All right, all caught up. Let's go to the Hornets. Bridges goes down. Rozier up. That makes sense. He's been playing a lot better of late. Oubre up. Meh. I think only 3 updates for the...
Surprised Wiggins still doesn't really rebound for GSW. He should be playing SG.
Alright, only 15 updates for the Hornets this year. 9 good, 6 bad. Rozier up 2. Rozier in this rating cycle averaged 21 points, 4 assists, 48 from the field, 45 from 3. So he's basically back to normal. That's what he was doing last year. Bridges, on the other hand, he's fallen off a little bit. He started off really hot. But in this rating cycle, 17 points per game, 47 from the field, 29 from 3. So kind of back to his normal production, I would say. need Mitchell went down. Okay, let's check that out. Bogey up. Clarkson up 2. Okay. So yeah, only 3A rating changes for the Jazz. Just fine. They're remarkably consistent, but let's check out Mitchell. Uh, 21, 4 and 5, 43 from the field, 33 from 3. So again, 3-point rating's really the only thing they care about with the overall changes. I'm assuming Bogey shot better, and that's why he went up. Clarkson, his +2, I'm assuming he shot better from 3. He's 30% on the year, but probably much better of late. Yeah, 43% from 3 in this rating cycle. Was 6 of 10 in the last one, 4 or 6 before that. So, yep. Sacramento. Oh, I forgot to check. Aha. All right. So they still have Luke Walton as the coach. Gentry is currently the coach for the team. Okay, -1 for Harrison Barnes. Kind of the same conversation as Miles Bridges. Started off hot, starting to taper off a little bit. Thompson up 1. Maytu down 1. Is that it? Okay, 3 rating updates also for the Kings. So for the last couple teams, it's been Heat 4, Hornets 3, Jazz 3, Kings 3. That's something that I've kind of noticed is like they'll work on like a portion of the teams, like alphabetic. You know, they'll focus on like the front half or the back half or the middle half more. Not every team gets equal weight on a week to week, I notice. Okay, New York. Randall down 2. That makes sense. RJ Barrett only down 1. This is fucking insane. Let me go to RJ Barrett, my favorite player. If you know anything about me. RJ Barrett in this rating cycle, 37% from the field, 33 from 3, 62 from the line, 10 points per game. And I think they have him in like the top 10 of small forwards. Unreal. Okay, quickly up. He continues to play well. Kemba down. He's fallen out of the rotation. Burks up. Burks is starting over Kemba. They changed his position as a result. Fournier down. He has not been playing well. Let me see Randall, since he dropped by 2. Randall in this cycle, 43 from the field, 20% from 3. 19, 10, and 6. He had a 34-point game against the Bulls, 13 of 19 from the field, but aside from that, he was dreadful in most of the other games. He had 24, 9, and 8 on 11 of 22 shooting against the Nets. But against the Hawks, he was 3 for 14 from the field. Against the Rockets, he was 4 for 15 from the field. Against the Suns, he was 3 for 8 with 4 turnovers for 9 points. Yeah. Not having the season that he had the past couple years, or the past season, I should say, when he was All-NBA. He's not going to come anywhere close to being All-NBA this year. Yeah, 5 Knicks go down in rating. 2 go up. All right, Lakers. No rating change for LeBron. Okay. Davis goes down. I did not see that coming. Okay, it looks like I'm giving another F for the Lakers. This cycle, THT's down a point. That's fine. Monk down a point is I don't know. Ellington down a point. Yeah, the Lakers ratings are still really bad. I think I'm just going to be giving Fs for this team, like, every single update this year. Four rating edits for the Lakers this cycle, and all 4 were negative. But I would argue that none of them were the right players that needed to go down. Why is Dwight Howard still a 79? Okay, Magic. I'm waiting for a team where there's no rating update. And I have a feeling the Magic might be the one. Never mind. All right, RJ Hampton. +2. Okay. Gary Harris +1. Okay. All right. Only 2 players adjusted on the Magic. I believe that is the season low for a team. right, Dallas, who have only gotten 6 rating updates this year. Let's see if that continues here. All right, +2 for KP. -1 for Hardaway. They finally decreased Moses Brown. I guess they finally got the memo from me about how big of a fucking joke it was that he was the highest rated center on the team. But is that it? Only 3 rating updates, right? I'm not crazy. Wow, okay. All right, and just to quickly correct myself, I said that in the last update, the Mavericks only had 3 rating updates. They actually had 8. They had 3 in the first rating update. So 11 in the first month, and then 3 here means they've only had 14 rating edits in 6 weeks. Of those 14, 6 were positive, 8 were negative. All right, Brooklyn. AD goes down a point. Aldridge doesn't move, even though he's in the starting lineup now. Patty Mills up 1. Geez, these middle teams really haven't gotten any adjustment. Only 2 rating updates for the Nets. Durant down 1, Mills up 1. Second team with only 2 changes. Okay. Puzzles up 1. Highland up 1. He's actually out for like the next 2 weeks or so. Green up 1. Dozier's out for the season, and they haven't realize that. Okay, like Denver's getting an F when I go through them. Okay. 4 players up for the Nuggets. It is, of course, worth noting that they won 1 game this cycle. They went 1-6, and 4 players went up in rating for them. Okay. LeVert is down 2. I imagine he's shooting brutally from the field or something. Yeah, 41 from the field, 26 from 3 on the year. For this cycle, it does not look pretty. 43 from the field, 29 from 3, 11 points per game. Yeah, that'll do it. Giving his best, like, RJ Barrett impersonation for the Pacers. Duarte down a point. Lamb up a point. Craig up. Martin's up 2. Holiday's up 1. Golga is down 1. Alrighty. Nolans. Ingram down 1. Graham down 1. Alexander Walker down 1. Temple down 1. Ugh. So five players with rating edits. 1 up, 4 down. But this is the best stretch that the Pelicans have had all year. They went 4-4 this rating cycle, compared to 2-14 over the first month of the year. So They played better and their ratings got worse. Okay. That's going in the notes. Okay, Cunningham down 2. Bay down 2. Stewart down 1. Jackson down 2. Diallo up 2. Four players down for the Pistons. And only one player up. Killian Hayes still rated lower than the third string on the team. And it's worth noting the Pistons have struggled. They didn't win a single game this cycle. Over 7. Cunningham continued to struggle shooting the ball, so it makes sense for his rating to finally decrease. Okay, the Raptors we actually already did. Houston. +1 for Wood. +1 for Tate. -1 for Gordon. -1 for Jalen Green finally. +1 for Porter. -1 for Tice. +1 for Garrison Matthews. Alright, so just a couple minor changes for the Rockets. Nothing to really write home about. San Antonio. No changes so far. All right, -2 for McDermott. -2 for Lonnie Walker. And tell me that's it. Okay. Two rating edits for the Spurs. They only have 4 rating edits in the last update. So at 13 rating edits on the year, they have been the least touched of all of the teams so far. Okay, +1 for Booker. The Suns did not lose a game this month, but their ratings barely changed. They only got 3 rating edits in the last update, and it looks like this might be another repeat. Yep. Insane. Let me just verify. Devin Booker's the only player with the rating change? Am I seeing that correctly? So the Suns went undefeated in November, and they had a grand total of 4 rating edits. That's insanity. If anything, they've gone down more in rating this year than they've gone up. They've had 13 rating edits, so tied with the Spurs for the least amount of rating edits on the year. And 3, 4, 5. They dropped 5 players in the initial update on November 4th. So they've had, oh my god. I'm sorry. When I said that the Suns have gotten 13 rating edits, that's actually incorrect. They've gotten 11 rating edits this year. Lower than the Spurs. They had 7 updates. Oh my god. 7 on November 4th, 3 on the 18th, and then 1 today. They've had 6 players go down. Oh my god. Oh, this is idiotic. Okay. Going to OKC. I blown away by that. Dort is up 1. Oh, and sorry, just to correct myself, the Thunder had only 2 rating edits in the last update. So that was actually the previous low. Now the Suns, with only 1 update this cycle, they are the current low for a team this year. Ty Jerome is a +2. Trey Mann is a +1. All right, 3 rating edits for the Thunder. They're at 11 on the year. Anthony Edwards up to an 85. Okay. That is a +1. Russell's a +2. Vanderbilt +1. Okay. So we've got 3 rating edits for the Timberwolves. I think they were just on vacation this month or something. Lots of teams with only 3 rating edits. Yeah, at least it makes it for quicker content for me. But let's see Minnesota real quick. Yeah, they started winning a little more. 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, Minnesota went 6-2 in this rating cycle, so it made sense for their guys to go up in rating. Portland. No drop for Lillard. Okay. Nurk goes up. That's fine. Is that going to be the only change? Okay, that's the only change. They got tired. Vacation? I don't know. That's sad. Golden State. We already did Golden State. Cool. Washington. Let's finish off with them. They only had 2 players updated last month. Oof, they are the low team so far with only 6 updates. So let's see how they look here. Dinwiddie goes down a point. Kuz down a point. Gafford up a point. Hashimir is yet to play for the team, right? Yep. He's yet to play for the team, but they've still not sidelined him, which is idiotic. KCP up a point. Avi up 1. Did Bertans come back yet? Yeah, Bertans is back. NATO down a point. Otherwise, no other changes. 6 rating adjustments for the Wizards. That's their high on the year. Doubles the amount that they previously had. So I guess this is a positive update for them. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, my voice was a little worse for wear. Hopefully that'll be fixed by tomorrow so that I can record some more content unscathed. And yeah, I'm gonna rip into 2K really hard for this update. It seems. They made some good steps in this update, but there's a lot that just looks foolish and or lazy. I don't know if I don't know what their deal is. If people are on vacation for Thanksgiving or whatnot, but there were a lot of suspect things. A lot of teams didn't get too much changed on them. Really, the only player that moved up more than 2 points was Gabe Vincent on the Miami Heat. We saw Gary Payton didn't get it updated again. The Suns only had 1 rating update, even though they went completely undefeated for a month. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll call it here. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will check you all out soon. Peace.